Okay, YouTubers, I had another request to show how I do my fascia. It's basically masonite or hardboard you can get at your local lumber store, Home Depot. I use 1/8 inch for areas where I need to curve, and I'll use 3/16 of an inch for straight panels. It's a little stiffer. I'll leave the top edge a little oversized until I decide what my scenery profile will be. Then I'll use a jigsaw and cut the top, as you can see I've done here and in other parts of the layout. Like so. The fascia is basically mounted on 1x2s that I attach to the joists and basically screw it in. Screw in the top and one on the bottom. Once I have them all mounted, I'll prime them. Any type of primer will do. Automotive primer, I just use Krylon spray and give it a light sanding. Then wherever I have a control panel, I'll spray paint sun yellow on top of the primer, as you can see here. What that allows me to do is later on stripe up the rail lines wherever they go on the control panel, mask them off with 1/8 inch automotive striping tape, and then I'll come over it with the green enamel or latex paint, whatever you want to use, paint over it, and then just basically pull the tape away, and you're left with a clean line. Okay, and there you have the south subdivision laid out in Scotch plastic tape. When you lay out your control panel, make sure that you're not going to have any obstructions behind it where you mount your switches, as I have a joist here or a fascia support. So I measured out and I made sure there was plenty of clearance away from it for these switches here. And you also want to make sure you don't crowd yourself too much where your switches will not fit if they're adjacent to one another. Once this is completed, the next step is to paint it with the latex paint, and I use bare premium enamel or premium latex interior flat enamel. Basically pour the paint in a small plastic paint tray, and I use a foam roller to roll it out. Just roll it out, give it a first coat, make sure it's not too excessive, and let it dry, and then come back and give it a second coat. That's 2 coats on the fascia. And I'll let this sit probably for about 18 hours. a day, you could leave it and then come back and pull the tape off. Alright, so once the fascia is painted and dry, I'll just go ahead and remove the tape, and you're left with a clean indication line. Just make sure you pull the tape at an angle so you do not pull off any of the green paint. Okay, as you can see, some of the fascia is already painted, some isn't. This is what these panels look like once they're done. Got one there. Here's another one. This pertains to the north subdivision. And that one pertains to the south. Eventually all these switches will find their home in this panel here. And I've started a little bit of the scenery. I glued some blue foam together. This will be a part of a small mountain backdrop. Here's the top of it. And that's it for part 27.